And welcome back, my fellow scouts. We are at Napoleon here. We've got a great Napoleon Total War 3 4v4 coming your way today on Russia's 6th map. Today's replay was sent to me by Johnny the Bouffon, who also runs a pretty active Napoleon Total War 3 community. So if you want to get a hold of him, he can help you arrange some battles pretty easily on the game. So if you're looking for a match, try to contact Johnny if you can. If you want to see your own replays featured here on this channel, you can send them to my email at scoutsofentertainment@gmail.com. You can also send them directly to me on the Discord using my Discord ID in the description below. There's also a link there to join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post all manner of Total War replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you'll find there. I also have various funding options available if you'd like to support my work. Those really help out the channel and the Discord. But if you want to help out in other ways, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe. Tick that bell for notifications, and don't forget to leave your own thoughts in the comment section below. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, can't stress that enough. Right now it's on fast forward, that's why I'm not hearing any sounds there, so I apologise. Now, on Johnny the Bouffon's team here, we have Nash22, Paranoid, Historybuffgamingtv. On the opposing team, we have Nomadic Lancer, BustyPigeon, Fork number 2, and MC, which I'm guessing is his clan name, the King of Gondor, also a familiar face on Napoleon Total War 3. And Rise of Mordor as well, I believe. So, we have here before us, we'll go through the commanders. This is going to be a commander-based army. We have Beauharnais, or Hanais, which is 4th Corps. Over here we have Augereau, 11th Corps. It's his army. Gotta find the other commander. We've got a Polska commander here, Poniatowski. Might have actually got that right. Skipping over the name there in case anyone reads it and says, no, you got it wrong. We have Oudinot, maybe? I don't speak French. 2nd Corps. Well, you knew that already, to be fair. Over here we have the first of the Russian commanders, which is Konstantin, 1st Corps, or... yeah, it says 1st Corps, not 1st G. In any case, moving on. We have here Patriotic War, which is Dmitry Dokhtourov, and that's on his name. Over here we have Karl Baggovout, and we also have... what's the unit name? There's the Konstantin's forces. This is Patriotic War. It's just sort of sifting for the final commander. And that was Dmitry. There's Konstantin, and we've also got Karl over there. Where's the last one? Where are you? But we also have 2 1-pointers on the field today, so it's going to be hotly contested. Both teams need those points to win. A draw won't suffice. It's probably going to be a battle to the death, to be honest. Okay, here we got here. We got the last one, I think. Alexander. Is that Tormassov? Tormassov. I was reading that as an N. As you can see, we've got a great map here today. Trees aren't going to be too much of an issue. There are wide spaces for cavalry to engage. Although Russia, if Russia lets France in, that might suit... well, that would suit France if Russia does let him in. If Russia does charge in, he's going to need his infantry very, very close by to back up the cavalry, because France does have better cavalry than Russia. We've seen that in the past. And we see mostly light cavalry here from Russia. They're good, fast-hitting cav, but as you can see here, France has a lot of numbers. And the cuirassiers are good cav. These are elite cav, elite tier cav. Russia's going to need some heavy cav of their own to take these guys on, or at least a lot of infantry support behind them to shoot these guys. Russia's best chance of breaking elite units like this is to just have a number of cavalry troops nearby, try to overwhelm the enemy, force them to panic and break. You can do that when they have like even 100 left, as we've seen in the past. You can lose these guys at 100 if the opposing team puts them under enough pressure. So, you know, just because you got elite cavalry doesn't mean you should send them forwards alone, so far ahead of the army with no support.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Looks like Russia here. One unit there broke. Maybe just some artillery fire. We've had a small engagement here. Looks like Russia was trying to take this building. Looks like they've taken it. I didn't hear any sound saying our troops under attack or anything like that. This cav was broken, but has reformed, so yeah, that's a positive. All those infantry dead bodies over there might have been disguised on the horses. So we've had a cav engagement, just a cav engagement. This might have been the fastest infantry combat start I think I've seen before, if that was the case. It wasn't, I think it was just cavalry on cavalry. Alright, so red team here has claimed one of the 1 pointers for sure. One of the red teams is trying to go after the second 1 pointer, as we can see, but the blue team has a bigger army closer by, I reckon. I don't even know that's a word, closer by. It's a horrible phrase of words. Russia could get there. France would have had to march further to get here. I heard the trumpet sound, but it looks like Russia's running away. Alrighty, so how's France going to approach this, you reckon?
Our general is under attack.
No, it's just artillery. Never mind. Usually the artillery always misses the general for the first few times. Very rarely do we see a general sniped. Now, the Russian infantry is already firing. France is surrounding the town. We've got Augereau, and we've also got here Beauharnais, which I believe is commanded by Johnny. They're simultaneously moving on the town, going to try and hit him from two sides. Augereau's attack, I reckon, at this part of the town right here will be the most crucial. The success of his attack will determine how easy it is for Beau to push forward, because he's got to cross that tiny little bridge. He can also cross the river here as well. But if Augereau can put enough pressure on this area, it should make it easier for Beau to move up. But when Beau moves up, he's going to move up in force. He's going to move hard and fast. He's got to try and push Russians back, try and get them scared. It's not going to be easy for Russia to retreat in the event that they're forced to. So Russia's game plan here is probably just to get reinforcements, or should be to get reinforcements stationed just along here, around the bridge area, or behind the buildings for protection. As maybe they've already done, but I reckon this is just facing off against the French forces here. They need reinforcements standing by to hold this area if they want to hold it. France has most of their armies in place. 2 players at least have most of their army here. Cavalry is going to be all but useless. There are plenty of Russian units here that can form square. Russia's pulling out. This is a bit funny. Did France have artillery they were bringing up? Yes, they were. But they weren't deployed yet. Ah, that's clever. This guy's already thinking ahead. He sees the artillery coming up. This will take France some time, but all France has to do is move the artillery to this position here. Easier said than done. It's going to take a while. But Russia needs to get their own artillery in place to counter the French. We might have a cavalry engagement over here soon. We do. Remember what I said about charging elite cavalry in on their own? Well, we'll see whether or not I'm right in a second. Polska coming to the rescue, sending over reinforcements. Russia's sending in their own elite cavalry. France is going to get over here to help out. Polska sent 3 light tier cav units here against the Russian elites. Make that 4. It's not going to be enough. He really needs France to get over here, and it's not going to be that easy. Elite cavalry moves very slowly. This battle could be well and truly done by the time he gets here. Now, they have succeeded in killing 22 cav. Well, 24 cav, 25 now, I reckon. France here has only lost 6 of their own. The Cuirassiers not reacting very well here to the French presence. And they are not done just yet. The Russians are stubborn. Cavalry falling at a fast rate here for the Russians. Alright, Polska running cover there for France. We have one Russian unit sneakily trying to charge the French in the rear there, Oudinot. So Polska pull his forces out to intercept him. Covering his ally. Now what Polska should be doing here with his unit is just running them out for a little bit, then cycle charging back in. These guys aren't good in prolonged melee combat. They are first and foremost a charging unit. Charge them in, charge them out. Just keep trying to do that. Not possible all the time, I know, but it's what you should try to do. And what he should do is use his, as he's doing right now here, he's making sure the enemy doesn't come back. Or hopefully he is. The Unit 61, these guys here are going to reform. Charge them in, pick them off. Russian players probably begging for the blue team to leave him alone. The worst thing that Polska can do here is ignore him. Get him down to maybe 20 and they shouldn't come back. Alright, we see most of the Russian army here coming into view. France going for the building. We've got smoke from the chimneys. Is somebody home? Very eerie, hey? Like a horror film. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Just waiting for the enemy to poke around the buildings and start firing in your face. If there are troops in the building, we should see them start to break the windows any second. It's a creepy building. Actually getting a couple of goosebumps looking at that building. It's a little bit creepy. It's like a thriller. Keep waiting for something to happen any second. But no, the French troops looking good here, the uniforms of the French. They're busting open the door. I don't think I've ever seen them do that. Not bad. Hang on, hey, is somebody here?
Oui, monsieur.
No, this is a unit. The guy's like, yeah, what do you want? Turns out the unit just after they went into the building, some sort of glitch, but they're all inside. French didn't engage anybody. That was just weird. They just appeared. Okay, so we had one French unit here coming through the gap towards the building, but they probably won't progress any further now. They have seen the French arrive in it and surrounding it. So, what do you guys think? What's the best way to approach the building from here? I reckon, obviously, the path they should take for me, or what's obvious to me, is that they should come this way. It has the most open space, free from the trees, easy to charge cav in if they need it. See, the French mostly control this area, and the French can pin the Russians in the tree line there. Makes it almost impossible for them to use their cavalry. They've got to come around here, and that gives the French plenty of time to see them coming and form a perimeter to their rear to protect it. This small little choke point is also easy to defend against the Russians. So I'm wondering why he's setting that up there. Looks like Baggovout's men need to call reinforcements. Now that's a lot of cav over here, a lot of dragoons. Mid-tier cavalry, it would seem. So there's heavy engagement here inside the town. France has more space to spread himself out. That's bad news for Russia. Russia looks a bit more congested from where he's sitting. Looks like Russia is falling back across the road there in the distance. Minor casualties on the French side of things. Also on the Russian side as well except for that unit there. The other two look like they've only been lightly scratched at this stage. Now reinforcements standing by. Can they do anything, these guys? France has about 6-7 units over here. 6 infantry. And we've got 4 Russian units over here as well, so they're outnumbered. So all France has to do here to win this fight is spread out 6 units along this line here. Maybe from this tree to this building over here. That way he's got 6 units on floor. That's like 30% more of the rifles firing into these 4. France does tend to have better quality units to fire with, not so much in melee. Russians are usually the faction that beats France in melee all the time, in the past that I've seen. So France has got to try and get close, but not too close. Does want to force Russia into melee combat. The next question I'm asking myself is, where are all the Russian artillery? And I think the Russian player in the distance there has to make a choice of which side he wants to go to support. Yeah, if we've got one Russian player against 2 French, then the answer is this guy. Come over here, support this guy. He needs some help. He's got a big army on this side, not so much this side. France, it looks like it's doing some sort of sweep along the border here. Now he's safe as long as he doesn't go past this tree line here, I reckon. From the Russian cavalry. That's as far as he should push, if he wanted to push that far. And assuming there's no infantry lying in wait over here, I think maybe 4 out of 6 of the units here should push forward towards the Russian flank, and 2 stay behind to form a perimeter, facing this way against any potential enemy cav or infantry that just pops up. So that way he's not too surprised. He's got 2 units already ready to defend his flank, in the event the Russians come at him from that direction. Now France obviously can't win this fight with Russia. He's outnumbered. Looks like we have 2 players over here after all. And some chasseurs are kind of offering themselves up as on a silver platter here for the Russian infantry. An odd move here. I'm sure he didn't mean to do that. For God's sake, man, get him out of there. Go watch. Polska engaged Russia once again. This time he's going up against mid-tier cav. Last time he was against elite cavalry of France. Sorry, elite cavalry of Russia. And they broke their dragoons. What we got here? Well, a little light cavalry. Some hussars, Ulari, and Stretsky. Streselli, maybe. We've also got some skirmishes here. Looks like artillery is not a big part in this fight. I've only seen 1 artillery piece so far belonging to the French. I haven't seen any artillery belonging to the Russians. That's dragoons there. We've got a bunch of Russian troops here heading towards Polska. It's going to be a slow fight. Over here the fight sort of picked up a bit. Looks like we have all 6 units here firing on the 2 Russian units. Not too bad, all things considered. France taking the hits, moving in, trying to get closer so we can get more accurate shots. Well, let's have a look. Let's survey the line. Okay, that's the first guy I've seen go down after all that. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6. The people are starting to fall now. You got hit twice, that guy. Okay, they're pulling back. Are they broken? They're routing. Okay, they're routing. And they're pulling out because they can't win that one. For sure. We've got here some Russian skirmishes. Okay. Also got some infantry over here. We have one French infantry taking them on. This seems to be where the fight is the most intense right now. Now it looks like French here are performing pretty solidly against their opponent. He probably should pull out, the Russian player. Regroup with his forces, use this unit later on. He's taking casualties at a much faster rate than the French are. He's losing this fight, he should be pulling out before they break. Cavalry here moving in. Why are they moving in? Because the French cavalry moved in. Jeez, this player really gambled these guys. He could lose them still. They're not out of the woods just yet. Now it would almost seem like the French are in danger of losing this building, but they have a whole army back here as well. But they're busy fighting a bunch of scattered Russian infantry in the back. And we've got 3 units here potentially going after that building. And outflanking one of the French infantry units here, and the skirmishes over here as well. We've got cavalry moving up to cover their approach. They're probably just scouting the line of buildings here for any French infantry that they can't see. These guys here are just keeping these units busy, it would seem. They're not trying to win. French infantry charging the skirmishes. That's, well, these skirmishes are dead, obviously. Alright, they're down and out. And this unit here is supposed to hold off against these 3. Let's see how they go. They're going to try and charge straight into melee combat. They're not even going to try and shoot them. They'll charge to catch them off guard, but they seem to have sort of stabilised a bit. Morale's shaky. Okay, they broke one. They broke 2. And they're going to break 3. There's a lot of confidence in his men. It just shows his player knew what they could do. Must have spent a bit of money on these guys. Sweezy Bernie. And they only lost maybe 20 or so troops. Hang on, who shot him? Oh, over there. We got a 6-pounder here. So this is the first Russian artillery we've seen so far. They've still got to delumber. That'll take them some time. Looks like cavalry's thinking about going in. Can these guys form square? Yeah, they can. Oh, we've got French cavalry charging in, trying to destroy the French artillery. Did they succeed? It's possible. If they hadn't delumbered yet, yeah, they succeeded. Nice strike from the French. Geez, blinking, you're missing. That's a funny thing about this game. It can take so long for combat to begin, and then once it begins, you can miss things in a heartbeat. Things can happen so suddenly. It takes you completely off guard. Very dynamic, this game. Nice shots there from the Russians. Now obviously this French unit here has high morale. You obviously can't last very long if you don't have high morale. So I managed to survive three Russian units. Those guys there must have been of much lower quality. And that's why they failed against these guys. It's a little weird. They did so well in melee combat, and we saw them do so well in their shooting engagement against the previous Russian unit over here, but up against these guys, they don't seem to have lasted very well. And Russia's charging in again. And it looks like these guys here have had enough. They're out. So what's France going to do? He's got a couple of units here, but they're engaged right now. And they risk being outflanked here. This player could be in a bit of strife. Yeah, Russia's going to outflank him. They're going to ignore the building for now. We've got cavalry moving in. Can these guys form square? They can. Good thing left that unit in the rear. It's probably on purpose. Alright, we'll come back to them in a second. Going to check out the forming battle over here. So it looks like both the teams have moved outside the town here. Going to try and fight it out in the open plain. Judging from this positioning, France has the superior position looking at this. Assuming these guys can form square. They're going to charge into them just in time. These guys can also form square, but they're not for now. French chasseurs charge into them. This is where those French infantry can move up, under the cover of their own cavalry. Even though they're shooting at them, those cavalry are taking all the bullets. Alright, we better head back.
Our men are running.
Oh man, I want to come back to this in a second. I just want to see how this player's going to get out of this if he can. Alright, let's just charge into him. They're on the verge of breaking. We've got two units here coming to help them out. They're running. Kind of looks like they just ran accidentally into them. They didn't charge in. They didn't do a bayonet charge or anything. They're firing point blank into them. Alright, France will probably hold and survive that, at least for the moment. This combat over here is getting really intense and Russia is not liking it one bit. You got horses missing their riders running around. You got off that volley pretty quick and hard-tailed it out of there. I wonder where Russia could be falling back to. Trying to regroup with the reserves, maybe strengthen the line. Meanwhile, this player here obviously missed the memo. He's still over here. With the Russians falling back like this, he can easily be outflanked. You even catch these two units before they can retreat. Two out of three there broke just now. These guys over here completely out of position. Wonder what they're waiting for. General's also there. Probably should pull all their forces over here. This is where the real fight needs to win for them. More dragoons are standing by. All the French unity on the ridge can't form square, but they've got the terrain there to protect them from the cavalry, at least for now. All the inner troops can form square. Alright, looks like we're way off there from the next engagement. Polska over here though has engaged 3 isolated Russian units on their own. A standoff across the river. Alright, 2 dead on the Polska side. And after that volley, 4, 5 dead. 6 dead, yeah, everyone's falling fast now on the Russian side. Now we got Polska artillery. Polska kicking ass at the moment. Russians here clearly outnumbered, needs to pull back. Alright. Russia's sort of surrendering the high ground here to the French along that ridge there, as you can see. That should favour the French in combat. The terrain here is kind of difficult for Russia to win this. He needs to try and pull back a little bit more, try and draw the French down off the ridge of that hill. Get them all on an even playing field. Make it easier for the Cav to also help out. Because they gotta run up the hill there to engage the French if they want to.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
It makes sense for the Russians to fight here. This is where they are on equal playing field. But no one has the height advantage. No one has the high ground. And right now it is 1-2-1. Red team captured that house from the French. This battle must have been going on for 100 minutes. This must have been the timer they set.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
Well, that sucks. Let's go for a closer shot. See how the French are going. I can make out their shadows in the light flashes. The rest... no. I can't see through that. Kind of reminds you from that scene from Kong Skull Island, you know? Where that skull crawler is just running through the mist and you see the light flash after it ate that guy, I can't remember his name. Randall, that was his name. Yeah, seeing that reminds me of that scene. We got here some Soldati del Papa coming up. Now you might be wondering why the Russians just simply couldn't line their troops on the hill here, because they could still be outflanked. Alright, this is what I didn't think was a good idea. I don't know why the Russians are attempting this. I know they're trying to get the enemy artillery. But yeah, we had the French army protecting the artillery crew along with cavalry. If you want to attack it, you should try to wait for them to be on, move the artillery down a bit. But you know, he probably thought that, you know, the artillery was going to be deployed here. He couldn't really stay here and deal with the artillery as well as deal with the French on the high ground. His best move, unfortunately, and this would have taken a long time, move the entire Russian army back to probably this point here. There's wide open spaces, takes the army further away from the enemy artillery, making it harder for the artillery to hit the Russian troops. Forces them to relocate, making it easier for maybe the cavalry to strike it on a level playing field, on level ground. Yeah, Russia can't win here. The situation needs to change, and they can use all their cavalry over here as well, in support. It'll force Polska and France to really stick their neck out over here. And Russia's already achieved a big victory over here. They forced France out of the town. And they took the building. It's 1-1. And these guys here obviously can't win on their own, but their intention is just to stall the enemy right now. The Russian cavalry over here, if it's not elite, will be outmatched. Russia's probably in no mood to move up over here. Now, if the red team really wants to put pressure on the Russian team, Polska probably needs to divert course over here and help this French player capture that building again, gaining them both the points on the field. And honestly, if Polska does move that direction, he could succeed in pulling the Russian forces over here further away. And these guys here could be diverting course and sending their entire force over here to protect this building, to protect their point. If they protect it and hold it, it's a draw. And so if the blue team wants to prevent them from doing that, they need to probably give up chasing these guys, head straight for the building down here. Because they got the quicker path over here. And they can also outflank the Russian player already here as well. That should be their course of action. And it's clear Russia keeps falling back, and so France should say, let him. And so the bulk of their forces over here, straight towards that building. Leave obviously an army behind, one player's army, to protect this building. And once they're done with that, head back over here to help out the other French player if he's in trouble. I'm not too sure what the cavalry here is planning to do. He went in for a charge, maybe on enemy infantry. No, actually that's just French cavalry charging into Russian infantry. That's all that is. These French dragoons are really racking it up. Got Polska shooting on the retreating Russian forces. Yeah, hopefully Polska's next plan here is to head and try to outflank the Russians. Now Russia's outmatched on their right flank, but they do seem to outnumber the French on their left flank. Polska's moving in to strike it. Not a bad strike in the trees. Not enough though. But this is where Russia should be pushing if they want to win this fight. Where the French have 2 units firing on this section, the Russians have 4 to 5 in that area. These 3 should break towards this direction, try to outflank the 2 units here. These 2 units should move forward to keep them preoccupied. That way if they retreat, you've got 2 units here firing into their backs as well at the same time. What happened over here? Another big cav engagement. The elite Russian cavalry's had enough. Russians think they can win this. They need a victory. More Russian cav comes in. Jeez, those Yulari, I thought we were going to win it. Russia should get those cav units back. They already got this unit back, they reformed. They're 46, so being at 46, that unit should theoretically come back as well. We got a 12-pounder here. A section. No, sorry, a piece. A section is 2, my bad. Taking out Polska's piece, 12-pounder. Big loss there for them. It's probably really annoying for that player. You know how slow those things are? Trying to move an artillery piece that far from where he started, only to get it destroyed, would definitely piss you off to no end. Which is good news there, so now he's rattled the Polska a little bit. Thrown him a little bit off his game. We got a bunch of elite French cavalry in the rear here. Oudinot has managed to smash through the Russian lines and separated the Russian forces into 2 sections. Alright, those guys there, they've had enough. Oh. Okay, Russia taking out France taking out the Russian section. Ah, geez, a set of 12-pounders. Look at Russian infantry firing here on the French cavalry. I wouldn't say the general's in too much danger. Elite Russian cavalry coming in. I don't know if they charged in or not. They didn't raise their batons or swords, you know. Makes you think we had another case of just units accidentally walking into each other almost. Cabs down to 25, they shouldn't return. Okay, Russia's forming up the defense around the town. These Colonel Dassault can't form square. Watch out for the stakes, they're close to that unit there. Should be alright though. France is doing their best to sort of cut off the Russian players from one another. Now, I think they realise that half their army here is going to get caught out and separated if they don't reform their line. And so the players coming back here to fight. It is better to fight in unison than in two pieces. We've got 4 more Russian units coming over there as well. So this is probably Russia's best chance of victory. Morale, these guys are shocking right now. I can't tell if the general's nearby or not. Like, I don't know if that's that player's general. But he should be there to inspire the troops. You'd have to wonder where he is. Now we've got cavalry coming in. These guys here formed a pike. That's what that is. Greeny charged in, going after the French general. Beauharnais, Johnny's general, is in danger. They gave up the chase. I don't know what the Russian players are doing here. They're charging into French units that have already formed either pike formation or square formation. This assault is not going to go anywhere, and they're going to lose all this cavalry. These guys are forming square. And now they're all broken. Over here though, this strike was moderately successful.
Our men are running.
Not bad. Okay, they broke that unit. But then be finished off here by the French. And they killed the general. So where was that general there? Over here. Killed by a Polska unit. Ambushed him outside the town. Player must have been focused on the battle either over there or over here. And just didn't see him until it was too late. Well, we've got 2 general units over here. Unlucky. But these guys here are outnumbered. It's only a matter of time before they fall. Russian line here has been scattered, broken apart. France are going to win this one. And to the Russian player's credit, he's going in for a charge. One last hurrah. Oh, they're all broken before they even get the combat. Oh, one unit got there.
Our men are running.
Jeez, doing like that at all. There's been so many rifles. We've got Pulse Grid Dragoons here. They're ambushing more French troops. That's a French general. They're all being killed one by one now.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Okay. Who was number 2? Fork number 2. Okie doke. Now it's just ironic. It's possible France actually broke their own dragoons by accident. They're in their firing line. And they're trying to run through enemy troops. Okay, so they're moving forward. They're going to try and clear these guys out. These Polsk units here should be mopping up their the stragglers. The ones that are reforming. So hopefully they'll move in and finish them off soon. Okay, France has recaptured both buildings. They are the dominant point holder. Now this is a strange situation. We've got a Russian unit here out of formation. Shooting into the backs of a French unit in column. Okay, now they get themselves into a better position, maybe. I don't know what they're doing. Don't try and go into the building, man. It's suicide. Also, there's 2 cavalry units back there. And as I say, I should move them and finish off those 2 Russian units, but it looks like the French infantry will get there first. Oh, they're moving on them now. So he does see them. Probably going to break before they can get into combat. And Russian forces probably need to move in. They outnumber them. They can take the hits.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they
Okay, there's another general there that's fallen. Whoever was that? Karl Baggovout. Belonging to BustyPigeon. Unlucky. Russian units breaking left, right and centre. I think we only have 1 left on the field. French cavalry moving to finish them off. And we are done. That is it. Victory here. So well done to Johnny Le Bouffon and his team on their victory here. We have Nash 22, 1848 kills. Paranoid 1060. Johnny Le Bouffon 1490. Historybuffgamingtv 694. Nomadic Lancer 643. BustyPigeon 902. Fork number 2 871. And the King of Gondor 466. Okay, units killed here. Best performances were the Trillers on 131, followed by Contradix 127, Trefele 115, and Brescia 114. We have Grenadiers 110, and those were his best performing troops. I'll scroll down though, give you guys a quick look at the rest. Try and be as steady as I can. And just scroll down. It looks to be ranging from 80 to 0. Usually that is always the case. Rarely do we see General get lots of kills because they don't really tend to last long in melee combat if they're committed, so never really a good idea unless it's a last resort. But thank you to Johnny Le Bouffon for sending me the replay. If you want to see your own replay feature on this channel, guys, there are 4 methods of doing it. You can send them to me either by Scouts, my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. Send them to me directly on the Discord via direct message. Join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance and posting your replay into the Battle Replay sub-channel, or tagging me in your Napoleon Total War 3 replay you post on the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord as well. This is Micka on behalf of Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scouts. Catch you in the next Total War battle.